What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we got a different video than anything I've ever done before. We're going to be breaking down a police shooting. Why? The UPS situation in Florida. It's a quagmire. A lot of people are talking about it. Now, some of you may know, I have a law enforcement background. I spent quite a few years as a police officer in Ohio, and a few more years as a deputy jailer here in Kentucky. I even still have my badge. And I just wanted to weigh in on the situation. We're going to look at the video, break down the tactics, and talk about what exactly went wrong with this situation. Here's how it unfolded. The situation started in Coral Gable, Florida, at the Regent Jewelers on Miracle Mile on Thursday, December 5th, shortly after 4 p.m., when two men named Lamar Alexander and Ronnie Hill, both 41 and residents of Miami-Dade County, decided to commit armed robbery, in which until they got a shooting match with the owner of the store that injured a female employee. After deciding gunfights are bad for your health, the two decided to beat feet. A short time later, they happened upon 27-year-old UPS driver Frank Ordonez, who was just out making his deliveries. These two clowns then decided to commit more violent crimes by kidnapping and carjacking the unsuspecting driver. With their fresh new wheels and their hostage, they led police on a 20-mile pursuit that came to a stop at the intersection of Miramar Parkway and Flamingo Road in Bower County, after they ran into a traffic jam. And that's when these two geniuses thought it would be a great idea to open fire on the many responding officers, which at this point had already surrounded them. According to some sources, 19 police officers returned fire, and in the chaos, 4 souls were claimed, including the 2 robbers, the UPS driver hostage, and an innocent civilian who was just sitting in his car at traffic. Okay, how did this go tits up? Now, before we speculate, I'm not one of those guys who's going to edit together a 1-minute video and make the video fit my narrative. We're going to look at the raw footage and we're going to break it down and let the video show you exactly what happened. We have it from 2 different angles, both from the air. Alright, let's check it out. Okay, here we have the truck rolling up to the stop. Comes up, runs into traffic, and here's where shit goes crazy real quick. You're going to see it pan out. You see the police officers up here in the corner, and they're taking concealment behind these vehicles. And you see the guys coming from this side. You can see these poofs of smoke come out. Those are all bullets traveling through the windshield out towards the cars. Now, unfortunately, that's the UPS driver and one of the assailants, and they're both going to lose their lives right here. And you can still see up here at the top, the police officers are still using that car for cover. And then the camera is going to zoom out. By this time, I believe both of them are taken care of, and the shots are no longer coming from the UPS vehicle. Alright, now let's look at another vehicle, or another angle. This one's going to start right as they pull up from the other side. I want you to pay attention. Right here below the seat, you're going to see the shots hit. You're going to see sparks fly. Right there. I mean, the shots are being laid down, and look, there are people in these vehicles. These people haven't had time to get out, and the police are using them for concealment. Why do I say concealment? Because, as most shooters know, shots go through vehicles, period. Now, what are some of the mistakes you saw there? Well, one thing I really wanted to add is when the 2 robbers, when they fired at police, maybe one of those police officers was firing back so he can get to cover, because they were moving up on that vehicle pretty fast, and it wasn't very tactical. It all looked adrenaline rushed, and a lot of bad decisions were being made. One, they didn't do a felony stop, which is they're in their vehicle, they're with their vehicle, they're giving commands, and they're at a safe angle where they got cover on the vehicle with their firearms, and that's usually from multiple angles if you have more than one officer assisting on the stop. Another thing I saw, they were using civilian vehicles with families in them now, and this is how this guy lost his life. Let's be honest, the 70-year-old man that was just sitting in traffic, this is how he lost his life. Police using the vehicles for cover. And not cover, for concealment. Because like I said, cover, it stops bullets. Concealment, it just covers your body from being seen. It's just a visual barrier. That's all it is. Bullets still travel through. As you saw with the UPS truck, bullets were going right through that thing. That was very irresponsible. I like to think I would have made a different choice. I like to think I would have made a different decision if I was there. I can't say. I wasn't in the situation, and I don't know what was going through those officers' minds at the time it happened. I think a chain reaction happened. Like I said, I think an officer returned fire to get to cover. And that's when all the officers decided to open fire. It's kind of a dominoes effect, if you will. I think what should have happened is once the vehicle was stopped, they retreated back, they got cover, they kept cover on the vehicle. The vehicle wasn't going anywhere. It was covered by air. There were so many pursuing officers. You know, every cop in the area was, if they weren't on a call, that's probably where they were. So it's not like the vehicle was going to get away. And some can argue, well, they were saving lives because of the danger. They caused a lot of danger themselves. All those bullets that were missing the suspects and flying through, and you saw all that smoke and puff coming out of the front windshield of that. And you know, that's a situation there that's a situation I wouldn't want anybody to be in. You know, the honest truth is, when they investigate this, they may find, don't be surprised. This ain't my decision. This ain't my judgment on it. But don't be surprised if you see some of these cops be justified in firing their weapons. And some of them won't be. Because there's no way they had a good visual on those criminals. There's no way that they saw what their bullets were doing after it entered the vehicle. I don't know. I think this is a discussion we need to be had. Do you think it's a lack of marksmanship training? Do you think the police can go through some more intensive training when it comes to hostage situations? Because this is not a movie. Yeah, I forget the name of that movie where they're talking about shooting a hostage. That's a no-no in any police department. But anyway, let me know what you think about this situation. And if you want me to cover more videos like this in the future, let me know in the comments below. But sound off, I want to hear from you. And I want to say I am sorry to the families that this happened to. This was a terrible, terrible thing, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And I just hope that you make it through this. And just know that this didn't happen in vain. And a national discussion is happening. And I think some changes may come from this. This may trigger something bigger. But that's my take on it. Let me know yours. I'll see you guys in the next one.